the story of a Nigerian American woman navigating through this thing called life.
For me doing it.
All right, record. Come on.
Recording.
And this is raw, baby.
What it do, boo? This is the one y'all been waiting for.
We in the building with two of my besties. Look, and then Gabby, you can look that way too, because you want to look that way. And then we'll look at each other. It'll be like we'll alternate.
Okay.
Yeah. And then speaking to the mic as much as you can.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. That's Gabby.
Mm-hmm. Hey, y'all.
So we're live in the studio, right? This is a random Tuesday evening.
Super random.
At 10:22 p.m. Today is the 9th of May. And we just freestyling, to be honest. These are my girls. We've been best friends since we were 13. And now, 27, y'all do the math. It's 20 plus 25 years of friendship. And yeah, I just wanted to get in the studio and just talk.
Live at the Unmet.
And you are the Unmet Expectation podcast. So whatever happens with this episode, I'm not sure. I don't even know if we're going to post it. But we'll see.
Let's wish for the best.
Yes, because it gets raw. It gets real around here.
It does. Side note, this turns off at like 20. It's going to go in like 22 minutes, and I have to go back on and like click it. Because I'm the AV. I'm the producer. I do everything.
Hey, come on.
If you don't know, now you know.
Come on.
So, yeah.
Let's give it up for Day, the podcaster, the producer, the creative director.
Yes, that's me. So, we're on the Unmet Expectation podcast. This might be episode 8. And I'm so happy. And Gabby was saying right before we hit record that, damn, what are we going to talk about? Because all of us we're in spaces of gratitude. Yeah. So I think that we're kind of finding it hard. We don't know what to go.
Niche into the topic.
Go speaking of
to, I guess, like niche into a topic of. So I feel like people connect a lot of like sorrow and pain.
That's good.
Yeah,
so I feel like sometimes when we are in a space of gratitude, this is what enjoying the present is, right? So not looking too deep into the future and not looking too past and present.
Living in the moment.
Yeah.
And there's not too much rah-rah going on at the moment.
No, it's not.
Like relationship-wise, everyone's doing well. Business-wise, everyone's thriving and surviving. We have the owner of Casa Coffee.
Period.
Yes. Go get you some.
Let's give it up. You can even find her where Sephora in Georgetown. You can get your tasting there. You can find her. Where's the coffee house? Where your coffee is?
Oh, at Centrado Cafe in Burtonsville. Or sorry, Cafe
Centrado.
Yeah.
All that will be in the description box below.
Okay.
For people who are interested. So we'll link everything.
Yeah.
Casa, IG, everything. Will be down there.
And then I have an online store where you can purchase the products.
Yes. You need to be close so we can hear you. Because you're so soft-spoken. Let them know about Casa Coffee.
I cannot.
And you know what's so crazy? It's going to turn out really loud, but that's fine. You can tune it down.
Okay. Now I got it. At El Centrado Cafe in Burtonsville.
Okay. Nice plug. Casa Coffee.
Yeah.
Casa specialty coffee to the world.
Yes. It is. Let's do a repeat.
Okay, get serious. Come on, Gaby. Plug it.
Okay. Centrado Cafe in Burtonsville, Maryland. And I also have an online store, which is casaspecialtycoffee.com, where you can read about how I got into the business a little bit and what it stands for. and what specialty coffee is. And I'm also starting to do the pop-ups at Sephora in Georgetown. So you can swing by for a tasting.
Yeah.
And I will be celebrating my 1-year anniversary this Saturday.
Come on.
May 13th.
Coffee. Big up Casa Coffee.
Yeah.
So, and next on the list. Oh, no. So. No, you were saying so.
Now, what was the next thing?
You were saying. Okay. Okay, next up, we have the owner of Low C Beauty in the building.
What it do, boo?
What up? Talk to them.
So Low C Beauty is a brand. It's a beauty brand, but it's, it's not your typical beauty brand. And my entire vision of Low C Beauty is to ensure that women of all nationality, all walks of life, embrace their ordained and original state of beauty. Okay, so yes, you're gonna wear the lashes. Yes, you're gonna do your lipstick. You're going to do your lip liner, and soon to come, eyeshadow.
Ooh, that's
the public. Yes, the public hasn't even heard that yet. But when you put it on, you're just going to feel like, wow, I feel different with this product. Even for my girls who have shopped with Fenty, you've been in Ulta, you've been at MAC. But when you put on Low C Beauty, there's going to be a difference when you apply all of the products. And so I'm just excited to be a part of it. I feel like it's God ordained. And yeah, because he originated beauty.
Yeah.
Period.
No mediocre over here. Big up Casa Coffee. Big up Low C Lifestyle, Low C Beauty.
Come on.
Look around here. We are on the Unmet Expectation podcast. We're in the mood of gratitude. That's the space we're in. I don't know if we want to dive too much into like our unmet expectations, because the thing with this whole situation, it's just impromptu, but I'm going to have you all on individually, and then we'll kind of like go into more about the inspiration behind our brands and just about life in general, because we have some deep conversations. These are my girls, so like this is just the conversations get really real. So but today we were just get on here and like chop it up for a little bit. So do we want to talk? Go ahead.
I think that's important. I think Day invited us over for dinner. She was cooking, and first of all, she can cook, she can throw down. And we were literally just in the living room having a good time. And she was like, let's go in the studio. Let's turn the lights on. Let's turn the camera on. And so this is super raw. And I feel like you guys are going to be like a fly on the wall on the conversations that we always have when we're together.
Yeah, there's no order in this. This is just free flow. Like we didn't really, because none of them have been on the pod before. So none of them really know what to expect. You're on the Unmet Expectations podcast. So don't have any expectations, because expectations that's what kind of gets you messed up in life, for real. Disappointment. Disappointment sometimes. Disappointment. So let's kind of go down the road, just like high level Unmet Expectations and y'all's journey of navigating this thing called life that y'all can think of off the rip. So I'm at, and then through this pod, you'll get to know a little bit of our podcast, like our personalities. You'll be like, oh yeah, she's like this. She's like, you'll really get to know. So the question was, what have been some of your expectations throughout your journey called navigating life? And speak it to the mic a little bit, Gaby.
I don't even know.
Cultural, societal. I'm not going to say no business, but more so like we were talking about relationships and maybe not being married yet, or
I guess that is an unmet expectation, right? Societal and cultural. Normally, like I am Latin, first generation born. El Salvador building. And but also I have my mother to thank, because she never really set those societal pressures in the house.
That's good. Yeah. That is good.
So for me, I guess like not being married or not having children was never a question of hers, or why haven't you gotten married, or why aren't you dating? She
your
to
mom
this
has
day,
never
no,
asked you that?
no. To this day, my mom has never asked.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. No, my
mama.
mom. Yeah, my mom says
Wow.
is a firm believer, and she is a faithful woman. And she believes that when God has the man ready for me, he'll be there, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, she's not, and she tells me to just enjoy my life, travel, do things that I want to do. So, and that's kind of where I'm at right now, actually. It is, and I've gotten into hobbies that I didn't even think that I, so, it's wild. Yeah, so recently I got into horse riding through a couple friends. Shout out to Kathy. She kind of she actually like kind of planted the seed because she wanted to do it. And then I guess like another friend of mine, she was like, hey, I'm looking into getting lessons for horse riding. Are you down? And I was like, okay. And she like did all the work, of course. And just like, okay, this is how much we're going to go this day. I was like, okay. So I didn't know what to expect. But now I am going into my 8th lesson.
Wow.
So
Come and ride this train. Oh, not the train.
The horse.
No, what's Lil Nas song?
Little Nas.
Yep. So I'm actually enjoying it because Dada, I was talking to you earlier, and it was it's just very interesting because you get to learn a lot about yourself
You made a really good analogy this afternoon, so
like, and it's crazy because
to the mic a little, just in case.
Okay, so my mouth is like right here.
You can bring it up. I think that's good. Okay, so when they can't hear, because this one's already done. So, okay.
But this one has never given you any issues. This one,
You're fine. I'm
sorry. So earlier today, I was telling you that the experience has been very different for me and challenging because I've learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
I realized that I'm not a patient person, and
you just realizing that, Gaby?
Wow. Okay.
What's the horse's name? We
P.
give kudos to
P.
Yeah. Horse P.
Oh, P is teaching you patience.
Yeah, P is teaching me patience. And also you have to learn how to lead with horses. They're very stubborn, and you have to show your leadership skills with them and be firm, so that they know who's boss.
the boss.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been different. And then also too, I'm getting into I started tennis back in February. So I go twice a week now, and it's different because I'm tapping into the physical side that I had never really tapped into. And so yeah, it's interesting. I'm in a definitely different space. I have like 10 jobs and like kicking
balance.
it with balance. Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually just enjoying my time right now. So definitely in a space of gratitude, and yeah, I'm just kind of figuring things out now with myself.
Yeah. That's awesome, Gaby. I'm so proud of you for going out there and like chasing your dreams, and then also like your hobbies.
Which goes back to kind of like what my mom stated, just try to enjoy your space now. So, which is what I'm, very unconsciously and consciously was doing. I didn't realize that I was doing it. But honestly, being in the equestrian club was something that I always dreamt of being in.
Helmet thing.
Yeah, I'm used to seating. So, and then I always wanted to learn how to play tennis, but of course, because of economical situations, like my mom just couldn't afford to put me in any sports.
Look at you now.
So now that I'm able to and have the time and flexibility to do it, I'm taking advantage of it.
I love
So,
it.
yeah.
Well, I love tennis and I love equestrian for you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
It's
really
different.
cool.
So,
Yeah.
but
That's awesome.
trying it out. Why not?
Yeah. That was such a good it's interesting because you were talking about like unmet expectations, but those are kind of your met expectations too.
Yeah.
That's so interesting how I spoke about this on another episode, like unmet expectations can be seen like have a negative connotation, but it doesn't have to be negative.
No.
Like you're unmarried, but yeah, you can go to tennis 2-3 times a week. You can go to equestrian club. Like you can do things that you want to do and not have to worry about the burden of a husband at the moment or children. And just living your life because life is for living.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I love it.
that's just kind of what I'm going through right now. So
And you're not going to be single forever.
Come on.
no.
Mr. Right is right around the corner.
Definitely.
Wedding bells are ringing.
It's happening. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no other option.
Yeah, for sure.
You know? So let's talk about some of your expectations.
Speaking to the mic.
Speaking to the mic.
So I think when you first said it, Day, and what I'm doing, so this may be for a certain particular audience. My unmet
radio voice
expectation is giving a little raspy. Yeah, my name is Sloan. Hire me and I can do voiceovers. But anyway, I feel like when you said it, the first thing that came to my mind, especially with the season that I'm in, the unmet expectation is that I'm a single mother. I did not expect to be a single mother when I laid down to have my children. I expected the father of my children to be a co-parent. And let me tell y'all, I went to Google and I Googled what is the definition of co-parent. So when you think about like the prefix of co, like it means that you share the same responsibility. So when you have a co-pilot, the co-pilot knows everything that the pilot knows to do. When you think of co-captain on the cheerleading team, the co-captain on the cheerleading team does and do everything that the captain does. So when we translate that into a co-parent and the duties of a parent, provide, financially, be present, those things can get misconstrued. And then it's like, oh, I don't have a co-parent. I have an other parent. And I think that is what I've been able to define the person that I made the children with. And so that has been an unmet expectation for me that I have actually, what's the word or the phrase I should say, I've come to the acceptance of. And of course, anytime when you're young and you plan out your whole family, you know, when you play MASH. And when you make your little fortune teller papers, it already says you're going to have a husband, you're going to have a mansion, y'all going to drive this car. So I'm like, oh, my life is already set up because why? MASH told me. But it didn't work out that way.
It didn't.
And so I am unmarried with 2 beautiful children. I have a 14-year-old.
2 beautiful.
And I have an 11-year-old. So I have, my son is 14. My daughter is 11. He'll be 15 this year. And
I'll be one heck of a football player.
Come on. He's up next. So, and I was looking at all of, you know, right now it's draft season for the NFL. And I'm seeing all of the ones that have been chosen.
There you go. You heard that?
Yeah, I heard it.
So we'll probably keep this. So we'll go.
And then just keep talking. Not yet. So I think my thing is when I saw all of like the parents and the players who are receiving that, hey, this is the Cowboys, or hey, this is the Washington Commanders. We have chosen you. We're drafting you. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. And I really feel like that's going to be Kai. Yeah. We're going to get that call. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he's putting in the work in the off season. So I'm very proud of my son. In spite of what he doesn't have, we really magnify what he does have. And as for my daughter, it is. And my daughter is like a mini me of me, but
yeah, she is.
That's my girl. She is. And so I just think overall, with all of that information being disclosed here on the Unmet Expectation, because I feel like it's a safe space here.
Oh, it's more than safe.
So I feel like I can disclose that here and with everyone that's tuning in. So I feel like an unmet expectation for me is being a mother, unmarried, without a co-parent.
Wow. But guess what? God's got through all of it. God's got you.
Yeah. I believe
He's never left your side.
The entire time.
That's the beauty of having such a profound relationship with God.
Yes.
He will never leave you. He's always got you.
Girl.
The devil's a liar.
Come on.
Fear is not of him, so it's not of us.
Come on.
And I say that a lot because that's the space I'm in.
Yes. Period.
I was watching the Dame Dash interview with The Diary of a CEO, that podcast.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh my goodness, Dame Dash is on a different level.
Yeah.
Fearless.
Okay. He doesn't know what that is.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. It's wild.
Like that since Aaliyah.
Yeah, before.
He told Aaliyah not to get on the plane.
Even before, yeah.
Wow.
Even before. He is crazy, like, and he just speaks of like this creativeness that he has, and
he might be the truth. He might be the
he
one.
Is. No, you don't. Yeah, go listen to his interview. It's wild, fearless, and it's beautiful to see that in a man.
It is,
you know.
But then that also comes with the confident level. So his level of confidence, I don't know if that's the Harlem in him or if that's just
it is. It's half and half. You know, you definitely can see the half and half. No, I feel it, but it's not as much. Like, he only fears God. That's it. Like,
wow.
That's it.
God.
And then he feels as though like the system, like every system that there is, like is made to oppress an individual.
I think that with Dame Dash, when we look at him,
you can bring it this way.
I think when we think about Dame Dash and we compare his success to one that was a prodigy of his.
Or if they're on the same level. You talking about Jay?
Yeah, I'm talking about Jay, but I don't know if they're on the same level. I just don't. I don't feel that they are.
Money wise?
Not money wise so much, but I'm thinking about when it comes to thinking. I think that with Dame Dash, I don't feel like he signed the contract.
That other contract.
That other contract. So he ain't sell that. I mean, he ain't sign it.
So he said, you know, Jay was for the money. He was for the creativity. And he said there was no money on earth that is going to stop him, and it's going to put him in a box because he's not going to be working for anyone else.
Yeah, he's big on that. He was really, really big on that. I remember he's like, what was that thing? He just used to, I don't know. Yeah.
But I think that's important because I feel like at the end of the day, peace of mind is priceless. I don't care what
and how you get your money.
And how you get your money.
And that's exactly what he said.
It will determine
and the source.
Yes,
of that money.
If you're going to have insomnia at night or if you're going to be having daydreams of unicorns and sprinkles.
Absolutely.
What do you want?
Yeah, pick your poison.
Like, pick your poison. And I feel like with Damon, like I said, I just don't feel like he signed that other contract. He didn't. And I saw a video of him approaching Lee Daniels. Where my money at?
Oh, Lee Daniels owes him money?
Yes. When Lee Daniels, he's a producer. He's like Lee Daniels has produced major stuff like oh my goodness, I can't recall. Not saying that it's not impactful, but Star. Y'all remember that show Star on Fox 5? It was a major hit.
Oh, the one with if it's hot, I'm here for a pimp.
I think no. Yes, he did Empire. He did Star, and some other stuff. And he is one that.
I'm sorry, guys. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And Gabby got
we're trying to get Gabby to recall. Do you recall? Yeah. But I think with Empire was really big. But I think once it got to a certain season, I was like, no, I'm not with this. I'm not.
I've ever watched one episode of it.
Really?
Yeah, because remember I'm not TV. I don't watch TV. Y'all.
I don't watch TV either.
Yeah.
I'm a music head.
Yeah.
I'll play music.
We're going to get to that. So I was just saying, like, fear is not of the Lord, so it's not of me. And then also today the word was like, worrying is of the, like, that's what the devil wants. Yeah. So what was it? It was
worry is worship to the devil.
Yes, worry is worship to the devil.
Yeah.
That was profound.
It was. Because the thing is, if I'm casting my care upon the living God, and the Bible declares that God says he literally wants it. He wants him. And he says, because my yoke is easy and my burden is light. So why are you carrying it?
Why?
Give it to me. But then when we say, okay, we give it, and then we become Indian givers, and then we take it back, and then now we're worrying about what we should have casted. And then the devil is like, yeah, give me that worry. Give me that worry. I'm going to stress you. I'm going to stress you. I'm going to torment you. I'm going to it'd be a whole like what? And God is like, come on.
Downhill fall. Dominoes. Nah, we don't worry over here, and we don't fear over here. But that's learned. It is. That's the space I'm in currently, but that took a while for me to get here because I was once an overthinker. Overthinking robs you of joy. Overthinking robs you of the presence. Overthinking is almost a sin. To be honest, when you think about it, when you really deep it, because you're not, where's the faith? Where's the faith? Don't play. Where's the faith, right?
Yeah,
so
I love it.
Yeah. So that's just a few of our unmet expectations. And I'm not going to get into it too much for me, but because this platform is more for y'all. Like, for everyone. Like, we have, like, I don't really, and I have to think about it. I haven't thought about it. Unmet expectations. Unmet expectation. I was living at home till I was 36, 37. And that's really old. I just moved into my
But that's acceptable in some cultures.
That's old, yeah.
And to be honest, I think like
it was beneficial because I did a lot during that time.
It
I
is
multiple properties.
Come on,
but
that part.
Time, you were productive.
Yeah, I was really, really productive while I was living at home, and but I love it here.
Come on,
this is my safe haven, y'all. Yeah, I love my little place,
and we love it for you.
And I love it too, because I had to come over here with me and my kids one night.
That's a story for a different day.
Okay.
I guess, and that's really not. I guess that's not an expectation, and culturally, I guess it's more acceptable. Because especially being Nigerian, that's fine.
I think it even makes sense.
It does make sense.
I think the Black culture.
It makes sense.
I think the Black culture has adapted to this whole thing of when you're 18, you got to be on your own.
Yeah.
Maybe the American culture, and I guess I can only speak for the Black culture. Like when you're 18, this plan is already mapped out for you. Even if I know,
and give it a little bit of background. So Lomina is half.
Yes. So my mother is 100% African American. Mm-hmm. My father is 100% Fijian. So he's from the Fiji Islands, and a lot of people only know about Fiji because they buy the Fiji water. Mm-hmm. And the Fiji water that you buy is exactly what is in the ocean. It's supposed to be the most unfiltered water because you can walk out in the depth of the water in Fiji and you can still see your feet. That's how clear it is. And that's based on what my mama said. Because she lived in Fiji for 3 years. That's where she met my dad. She was in the Peace Corps.
That's where you were conceived.
So that's why I was conceived. And my mom was sent back to the States when she was 5 months pregnant with me. I could have been a whole Fiji citizen having dual citizenship or whatever. Bula Vanaka. That's hello, how are you?
What else you know, Lomina?
Chalo. And chalo, because in the culture you cannot walk above the men. When the men are sitting down and they're gathering and they're having a social thing, women cannot walk above. So you have to like bend down low and say chalo. So I was taught that as a little girl. Because I would just come to my dad and he would be like, while they're drinking kava.
What's kava?
So kava is like this traditional juice. I don't really think it has anything to do with witchcraft. I'm going to ask God. But I think it's just a traditional thing. It's brown. It kind of reminds you of like coffee.
Okay.
And so they make it from like this leaf and then they all just drink it. The women didn't. They kind of like drank the leftovers of it. But they didn't get
so women are kind of, it sounds like they're seen as less than.
Yeah, they did.
In a lot of cultures. But
yeah. But Fifi is from America, so she demanded a little stuff. But I remember when we would be like at the ambassador's house in McLean, Virginia, and it was like a super big house, and they would be there. And I literally saw my mom really allow my dad to be like the man.
Oh, that's a perspective, Lomina.
Yes, I never
heard of that.
Just release that right now.
Just release that just now. So,
okay, I think that's enough.
Submissive. Oh, Fifi knows how to be submissive. You've never said that out of 25 plus years.
And I think my mom. All right, since we here,
because it's going.
Okay, so this gonna be it. Then I'm gonna pass the mic. I think the thing is for me. I think the thing is for me that when I saw my mom in that, she knew her place in her marriage.
When you saw that?
In that setting. For me to know that when I was 8 years old. I didn't know that at 8. Let me take that back. But I realized that I was 8 years old and I would see how my mom would act towards my dad and how she kind of made, like, she was okay with being the woman. Because my father was operating. Spaces. Yes.
Come, you about to say a word.
He was literally operating in his manhood. What was the word you were thinking? In his masculinity. And so because my mother saw it, and because again, we got to remember about culture. So sometimes culture you have to put on a facade with others.
But it's in her to do
it. It's in her to do it. But I think because she knew what the real thing was with my father, the real thing.
Like, I'm gonna let you get this off.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get this off. And it probably turned her on. And here I am in the other room with the other kids, and they were into microdosing. But let me pass the mic.
Oh,
they were rich. They were. Let me tell you, these Fijians, cocaine.
You microdose off cocaine?
I think so. Come on, guys.
I thought you microdose off of shrooms and stuff like that. I don't know.
Microdosing. Let's Google it because I don't know. No, I'm thinking about conversations that we had about microdosing.
I thought microdosing was like shrooms and stuff, like those types of things.
Okay, let me Google it. Gabs, I'll be back.
We could talk about that on another episode.
Oh.
Yeah, but microdosing, anywho, we'll look it up. I'll put the definition in the description line.
And while they're microdosing, I'm looking at MTV because I don't have cable at home. And this is what I want to see. Okay, bye.
Oh, gosh. No. All kicks and giggles. No, this is us, y'all. This is so wrong.
Didn't have cable for a long time.
My mom said cable is letting the devil in. And you know what I said? Well, keep him out. And give me my channel 4, 5, 7. I did.
Like, Lomina could quote you Bible scriptures.
Girl.
Church girl. Church girl. Not Your Churchy Girl podcast coming soon. Yeah, Not Your Churchy Girl podcast coming soon to a TV near you. Yeah. So,
What you going?
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Unmet expectations. Yeah, that's where we are. And what I like to do for this next part, we don't have to do this because I kind of want you all to think about this. You got to put some thought into it. Would be like words of advice, affirmation you give your 21-year-old self. But we could save that for our own solo episodes, or we can just do some high level ones now. Because those are, you have to think about that a little bit. I think so. I can't think of one.
Yeah,
off the rip.
21.
Where's affirmation advice you would give your 21 itself?
This is not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah. I was living
We've had some wild times.
21, yeah.
Guys, our lives have, oh God, our lives. It's only by God's grace we're here, to be honest with you.
Hallelujah.
Especially based on some of the situations we found ourselves in,
Yeah.
especially in our early 20s. It's only by God's grace. Oh God. Let's just say we like to enjoy life. We really be living.
I think for me, for my 21-year-old self,
story is a little different in that arena.
I think, honestly, at 21, because of what I was doing. So this is just a little snippet, and of course it'll be a part 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 after this. But during that time when I was 21, I wasn't really talking to Gaby or
I didn't know Lomina
Day
during them times.
I met a guy.
Okay.
I met a guy who catered to my father wound. And he was a provider to me. He was a protector to me. And because of that, I felt that I needed to give him my loyalty. So even if that meant to cut off those who were loyal to me, which was 1 and 2, that's what I did. Now, Gaby was able to be around for some snippets. Yasende wasn't.
I was going through my own stuff. I was doing my own little crazy.
Yes.
But that's the story for another day.
Yes, that part. So I think to answer the whole thing.
Where was I?
You were out and about.
No, you were out and about, Gaby.
You were uptown.
And every time I would call you, like, you would be like, Lo, I'm on my way, or okay, Lo, come get
and
me.
Also, I
or
think the proximity too, because you lived down the road.
Yes, I was in Adelphi. You were in Hyattsville.
It was a proximity for sure.
So that was a thing. And I think to this day, and I guess this is going to be a public declaration, and I've said it privately with my girls, I think the guy that I was with during that time, number one, he was not the one that I missed. I'm going to say that. I don't think that was my husband, but I did not know who I had.
Okay.
I think that he carried the capability to be the husband that would have been a great husband.
But then, should we talk about this?
Okay. No, I mean, I could cut it off. That's fine.
No, where I want to go with it.
Oh, I mean, this is free flow.
Yeah. Why? Because I'm saying that side that you saw them was in him. So
yes, it was.
Eventually.
Yes, it was.
I don't think that's husband.
It wasn't.
Be careful.
No, be careful. And it's not husband material. And you know what? And I think to this day, my whole narrative is, and this is something, maybe give it to me, Day. I think the thing is, my narrative is like, he reacted that way because I cheated on him. And I think that I have given him this false justification as to why he became violent.
That's false justification, because that's in him. That's who he is.
Yeah.
If you can behave that way, that's in you.
It's
so
true.
It was just a matter of time till it was, I don't know, maybe whatever trigger, but that's in you.
Yeah.
And we don't have to get into details.
Yeah, no. Yeah. And I think it's true. I think it's true. And I think, like,
I don't know him.
Yes.
I never met him.
I know.
So
and that would be good for Gaby to say what your perspective was. But we can save that for another day. Because Gaby actually knew him.
Because it's 3 sides to every story.
It is.
Your side, his side, and like
the truth. Yeah.
So
I would say this. So with you putting that in perspective, Day, I think for me, for my 21-year-old self would be like, I would tell Lomina at 21, at the age that I am, you have a lot of greatness inside of you.
Ooh. Dang, this is gonna be a long episode, y'all. This is going up because it's good.
This is 40 minutes.
This is 40.
Oh, so it's every 20 minutes.
Every 20 minutes because the recorder.
Okay. What was I saying?
But we're gonna wrap it up soon.
Okay. I think that's good to even say that. Okay. I think I would. I think that I would tell her, like, you know, you have a lot of greatness inside of you that you have not even tapped into.
Yeah.
And where you are right now is not your end all. Don't settle here. There's a journey ahead of you.
Absolutely.
I think that's what I would tell Lomina.
That's pretty deep. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
Here.
I do. That right
That's
there.
I have them. That's why I have them.
I don't know. Like, I feel like, you know, even with that, I think that I never thought of it like that. You know what I'm saying? I speak highly of him. You guys know that.
She does. That's what I'm saying. My perspective is only based on what you say. I think he's based on what I see now. He's living.
He's living.
He is living.
He's married. He has a baby. You know, everything that we try. I remember him telling me, like, I'm going to marry you.
Not too much. Not too
Okay.
much.
The end.
But again, no. Let's rewind. What you see, you just see this, right? You don't know what's going on behind pictures, videos.
Well,
So that's, you only put out to the world what you want to let them see.
that facade, because it could be
So yeah, inside of that house, you just
Absolutely.
never know.
and not praying that. it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Right.
And
But you never know.
but you never know. So we
Just be grateful for
can't.
where you
Yeah,
are.
exactly.
am.
And no comparing.
Yeah.
And
Comparison
like,
is a
yeah.
thief.
So
Come on now.
you
That's
just
what it is. Mhm.
have to keep moving in your own journey and have faith. You know. So
That's it.
honestly, you never know what can.
Yeah.
And I think that reminds me, I remember seeing something of him on social media, and it appears, you know, he's this travel connoisseur. And
Not too much disclosure.
did I say his name already?
No, don't. No,
Okay.
we're not
No, I
saying
wanted
that.
to make sure I didn't.
No, you didn't say that.
And I think the thing is, like, when I saw it, and I remember I shared it with Dede, like, look at this.
No, he was living.
Yeah, and Dede, the first question, she's like, oh, okay. The first question, because this is just my girl, she's like, how you feel when you watching it? How you feeling? And honestly, my answer was, which is so true. If
I
there
can
was
read it verbatim, but I have to go get my phone.
Yes.
It was really sweet.
Yes, even if there
really
was a
sweet.
camera in the corner of my room when I sent the message back to her, it was like I smiled the entire time because I feel like at the core of him, he's a good guy and he deserves a best friend like this. But you guys are helping me to kind of like and which is true. Everything that you see on social media is literally just a 30-second snippet of all of these fast moments.
Yeah.
But we don't know the curse out that's going on in the hotel room. We don't know who's really paying for this.
Or maybe there's no curse out. Maybe
Yeah,
she's
that
paying
part.
for it, so
Yeah.
it could be great, you know.
Yeah.
So,
But I just think the whole thing of comparison. But I think that I'm at such a place of peace that I can actually look at someone that I was with and whom I thought was like a good person to me to an extent and be like, I'm happy for him.
and I think that's also
And it's genuine.
of how you're over him. Like you're over
Yes.
You're over that hump. You're over
Yes.
that situation. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Say thank you, and I'm moving on.
Yeah. Thank you. Next. That's what life is. Thank you, next. So this was good. So wait till each of them come on for like the individual episodes. It's gonna be one for the books. But this is definitely going up. I think this is gonna go up. I feel like it's gonna go up. Absolutely.
Don't think the slideshow.
No, we're doing a visual as well. Gaby might have to turn this way a little bit more, but like
This way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or like yes, like that. So I like to wrap up with a segment called On Repeat. Because we're all music heads. We love a bop. So what are we listening to this week or at any given time? What's on repeat?
Calvin Harris. And what's his name? Kali. I've been rolling on the freeway. Got me riding 85. Hey. That's been on repeat.
You know, Gaby, you're really a fan of that house music. You like house music.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed it. Shout out to Sasha who put me on to the EDM in Miami back in 2013.
Yeah.
2012? Damn, no.
2012. When did you move?
2011, 20. No, I moved down there 2010.
Yeah, it was before that.
Yeah. 2010.
Yeah, I feel like you like that EDM, the house stuff. Like that's Gabby's jazz.
Is that who we met?
Yes, Sash.
Okay.
My girl Sash.
Shout out Sasha.
Shout out to Sash.
My Sashita.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
a little bit of house.
Calvin Harris.
And it's also like, what's that vibe? Like, it might Ibiza vibe.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What we listening to, Lo?
Okay, so I have been on. This is so like left. But I have been listening to "Why Me" by Kiera Sheard.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to y'all in the chat.
Can you sing a little because Lomina can sing. Can you sing a little?
I know my voice is a little hoarse, and I can't even sing that. Why me? I don't know, but the thing of the song is that she's basically saying like, God, why are you choosing me? Why are you choosing me? And it resonates with me, with where I am right now in the season. So every morning, you can even ask the kids, what does mommy play every morning other than a prayer or other than like really another song? But yeah, so, and I'm a mixture, and shout out to Shay, who was on the Unmet Expectation. And I loved and I so related to when you said that between the Christian hip hop and Afro beats, because that's me. So it's Kiera Sheard, and then we're going to go to Asaki.
Okay. Joha.
Joha. Yeah. Well. So that's what's on repeat right now.
Okay. This week, what is it? Because we're only on Tuesday. So what's on repeat for me this week? I think on repeat is going to have to be. What song was I playing last night when I was? What's on repeat for me this week? It's probably something Afrobeat. What was I listening to last night? Come on,
was it Asaki or like?
It wasn't Asaki. It
Mapiano?
was a Mapiano. It was definitely something a Mapiano. But it's, you know what it is? Champion Sound by Vocalistic and David O. It goes down when my G's connect. Hey, no disconnect. Yeah, I was listening to that last night for a while, so that's my stuff. Yo, 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 yo. Hey.
Oh,
you know that song. Hey. Yeah, so that was on repeat for me. That's been on repeat this week. But music in general, that's life, man. Music makes me so happy. I really need to get better at my Christian R&B and rap, but because I'm a hardcore like hip hop lover, like.
And I sent you that playlist.
So you did, yeah.
Because when I tell you it's some Christian rappers that are not corny, they not gumps. Like literally, God got them out of life sentences with the courts, gangs, all of that. And they like, all right, God, I'm about to give my whole talent to you. And lyrically, because I know that you're a lyricist,
and I love
you like you love beats and a storyline, because that's why she loves Biggie and Jay-Z.
I love Biggie.
Storylines are good, and they tell a whole story, and I think that that's what it is. So it's not corny. It's some Okay,
I need to get hip. But But, you know, my besties are in the building. We're about to take it offline and continue our conversation offline. Each of them will be on the episode, on another episode of the Unmet, sometime in the near future. I'm just trying to figure things out logistically. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I'm so grateful, so happy that I'm on 8 episodes. Can you imagine?
Come on.
You know, so you all tune in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Send in your questions, your dilemmas. Come on, guys, send me questions, send me dilemmas, send me things that I can answer and help you with to the unmet expectation at gmail.com. Again, that's the unmet expectation at gmail.com. And we out.
And before we go out, I just want to say, that I'm so proud of you, Day.
Yes, we are.
Because I believe that we both saw this at its inception.
They've been my biggest cheerleaders, like literally, between them and my man. They've been like my biggest cheerleaders and just rooting for me the whole time. And I appreciate them so much.
Yes, we love you. And I'm so honored to be here and share this space with you. It's so safe here.
Thank you.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
We are proud.
We out, guys.
Bye. And rolling on.